Okay, we're live. I was just talking about the delay and then I had the delay. Hi, everyone. Hi to everyone joining us live across the channels and to anyone who is catching up in your own time. It's Bhavani with Mind, Body, Spirit once again, chatting to our presenters, hosting workshops with us at the end of this month. Today, I'm joined by my lovely friend Jasmin, who's hosting a couple of workshops with us this year in London. Hello, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
well, we're so happy that you're joining us because yeah, I do think you joined us in London last year in the end, even though I really wanted you there. So tell us all about the exciting offering that you're bringing to MBS in London this year.
Yeah, so I am going to be sharing Remembering Your Voice workshop, which I think we are scheduled for Friday the 26th at 4:15. It's going to be an hour and a little bit, and we are going to really tap into our inner voice. So remembering the voice is all about really tuning into our body, heart, and spirit. So allowing us to come neck down into the body and to really tap into our feelings and emotions and notice how we feel and sound that expression. So
Mm,
the tapping inwards and expressing outwards how we feel. And it's just a really beautiful way for us to be able to really come home to our body and to know
mm,
how we feel, because a lot of the time it's very top line when when someone asks how we feel or we check in with ourselves. We don't spend a lot of time, in my opinion, doing that. And when we add the addition of really listening to our body and sounding through it, we start to move and shift um, feelings, suppressed
mm,
feelings, stagnant energy in the body, and start to allow ourselves to feel a sense of more freedom, clarity, flow in the body, more energy flow.
I
It
love that.
works
Thank you
really
for.
well with freeing our life force energy as well. So we start to feel this sort of real abundant energy in our body.
Mm,
But it's a
mm,
process and it's very individual to where we are. Um, and the workshop is really about, there won't be so much theory, because for me it's really about getting in there and us having direct experience.
mm,
And I am there to hold space. Even though it's a group, I really hold space from my heart and look at everyone individually and make sure that we are holding a safe space for people to be able to explore their voice. For some people it's very uncomfortable, which I know from my
mm,
own journey,
mm,
that it is in many ways to speak, to sound. And it's not about sounding beautiful, even though
mm,
some voices sound beautiful, of course. And all voices sound beautiful when you really understand the inherent um, gift of having a voice. It's about our expression of where we are at. So we're talking about sounding, and sometimes the sound can sound very harsh and hard, but that's what we need to express. So in this space, it's a safe space for us to intuitively sound our voice. I will be sharing some techniques, toning the voice. We also will have some time for everyone to sit back, embody what they've learned, what they've sounded out and expressed, and for me to share sound with them, sound instruments, pure tone instruments and frequencies, and give space for them to relax into sort of a container of sound. And I will share some voice, intuitive voice as well. But
wow.
it's an opportunity to come into, as I said, a space where we sound together. We'll explore the voice. It's very intuitive how I teach these as well, even though there is an agenda.
Mm.
I work with the room and how people are feeling. And so when we show up together, we work together as a community, a coming together. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it sounds like a really unique way for people to work with themselves, actually, because usually a lot of the work, I mean, I suppose to some extent it is outward because it's about expression, but it's actually very much using the manifestation of that expression and looking behind it and looking at ourselves more deeply, right?
Yeah, we are expressing our true self. So we're not expressing for anyone else in the space
Mm,
around us the outside stuff, that we often do. We say things to please people, or
Mm.
we do and say things. Um, we've sort of checked the room and we'll say things to an extent, but hold back. This is really about tapping into the body, breathing into the body, feeling into the body, and expressing what feels very true in that moment. And so there is that difference in, it's an inward outward expression and not just for the outward space. Um,
And how, Jasmine, how can this workshop impact us going forwards in life beyond the experience of it in the room with you?
Often it has a profound effect, a shift in someone's energy, and they'll notice little energy shifts or changes as the week progresses. So after the workshop, there's immediate sort of changes, and then there's things that they notice. But also, most importantly for me, as I talked about direct experience, that I will always offer techniques and tools. And so there'll be practices that I would love people to continue to share
Mm.
with themselves at home individually. They can do it with their loved ones and pass it on to children, teenagers,
Wow.
it and do it in groups. And there can be really short practices that you can do in the shower, walking to work, walking in the park, wherever you are. When you connect and breathe into your body and just start to hum, for example, it just changes, shifts you from being outside or in the mind. You come neck down into the body, and you start to feel that vibration move, and it shifts how you feel. Suddenly you feel like you are home in your body.
Mm.
So then you start to take on board what your body needs, and this
Wow.
helps us to affirm and align with our truth.
Does,
So
does there have to be some sensitivity already to the connection between expression or even sound that we're within and sound that we're consuming and how we feel inside ourselves?
I I mean, if you already have an awareness, it's going to help you. But the point of the workshop is for anyone to join and to be
Mm.
welcomed into that space. So we open the space for everyone, and there's always, even the person that's most feeling reserved, or there is something going on which makes them feel a bit held back. Even the listening of being in that space, even if they don't feel comfortable to share, because I would never force anyone to do that, to be held in a container of sound and to watch everyone express, may take them to next time or go home. Sometimes they might even walk home and do
Yeah,
this themselves. So the
yeah,
intention is always holding space and allowing people to express what they feel they need, because it's not about me. It's not a gift that I have. It's something we all have within us, and when we're
yeah.
ready, when we feel that bubbling and expression come through, then it's time.
It's so beautiful, and I'm so pleased that we can, hold this container within the Mind Body Spirit Festival for something that's actually very experiential and very deep for people, you know.
Mm.
And I suppose that naturally comes to my question of why it's important for people to be in the room to do this work as opposed to doing it through a session that they might be able to reach online, right?
Yeah, I think the community aspect is
Mm.
to feel it, that feel the energy in the room, and to be in that space
Mhm.
is something you can't describe. That is an experience in itself. Um, and also, I think it's just around the intention of tapping into our truth. Sometimes it's really important that we feel that physical connection to people, to hold space for us, to support
Mm.
through, um, because everyone's going through so many varied experiences, and there's so much going on in the world. So it's nice to come together with a like-minded community, to know that we're here for this intention, and to
Mm.
feel safe that we can all do that together in a physical space together. And also, I
Really
think because
precious.
the festival, which already has the intention to do this, as a community, we're just kind of an extension of that in that workshop, which is
Yeah,
really, you know um,
yeah.
But there's so many benefits to sound healing and voice healing, and we're hearing more and more about how it can calm the nervous system, it can help with cardiovascular, lower the heart rate, you know, enhance self-awareness. There's so many things, and connect to our life force energy, our prana, our chi, our ki, and really tap into all the bodies, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So
Mm-hmm.
this workshop is really for everyone, as I said, and it helps. If anything, I'm sure that people will come away feeling more relaxed and more balanced,
Mm-hmm.
and feel that sense of community. And it's such a beautiful thing just to be there and listen to everyone
Yeah,
expressing. As I said, that's a really
yeah.
fundamental part of the experience.
If I may add, and if you don't mind me saying, Jasmine, you are, there are a lot, and as you're saying, there's more awareness coming of sound healing, and as a result of that, there's more practitioners. But you are one of the practitioners around the world that does this, that I think is really exceptional at how you share and how you also communicate what it is that people experience. It's beyond, like what I found from my work with you is that it's beyond. I don't
It's
even know.
beyond.
It's just beyond. Yeah, it's beyond the experience of just being in the sound healing, of just being in beautiful vibrations. There's something that really comes through your work, and I think it's really, really special and really precious, and I'm really excited that we can host you in London for this workshop, my love.
Thank you. I think the most important thing for me is always intention. When we work with energy and sound, intention is really important. What is the intention
Mm,
of myself, as a practitioner? And that is to hold space and
mm,
to make sure that everyone feels supported in a group space, um, and for the people joining to really help them to check in with their intention as well. And
mm,
intention, sound, energy together,
mm.
that's how it really works in the
Yeah.
healing and sensory space, and having those experiences. But
Mm.
I love what I do, and also
Yeah.
I think I'm a very grounded practitioner as well. So I have
Yeah.
a real
Definitely.
life perspective. I have lived many experiences, and yeah, I think from my own lived experiences, that's why I'm here sharing.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time
Thank you.
to share with everyone. Before you go, would you mind sharing a tiny tip that people can already begin to practice
Yeah,
ahead of joining your workshop at the festival?
absolutely. We will tap into this more in the workshop, but sounding some vowel sounds and checking in with our body is a really lovely way
Mm,
to be in the body and to
mm,
open specific energies in the body. And so, this lovely practice that we can do is we just rest the palms of our hands on our heart center. We're going to focus, the intention is to breathe into our hearts. We take a few nice deep breaths in and really feel the breath come into the body, neck down into the belly, the heart. And as we breathe in, as we exhale, we're going to sound out the R sound. So it sounds like this. And the R is a beautiful heart opening, heart awakening, heart healing
mm.
sound, and something that we can really feel. So we'll just do this together once. So we take a nice deep breath in. And take a gentle breath, sigh it out. Relax the jaw, the shoulders, soften the belly. And then you just sit with that in stillness and silence for a moment. The stillness and silence after the sound is a really beautiful point to be in the body. And that's a really lovely tool that you can do. You can be practicing now. Do it in the morning when you wake up, a few rounds of R. As I said, do it in the shower, when you're walking in the park, anywhere
Mm,
you want to ground and center in the body. Because already just those few R's, I can feel it in my arms tingling. I can feel it across my chest.
mm.
You feel the chest open a little bit. and you sink into the body a bit more. And the more that you do this, you just feel this real awakening, awareness, truth in the body.
Beautiful. Wow. Powerful stuff. Thank you for the tip, and thank you for explaining it to everyone. Really looking forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, I'll see you Friday 26. I can't wait. Thank
See you
you.
then. Bye, love.